Good morning and welcome to today's adventure. So today we headed out of Paris. We left a couple hours ago, and I'll show you that behind me. We are on our way. We're on the north of France, and we're heading up to Normandy. Check out the beaches. So let me show you on the map where we are, and then once we get there, we'll talk all about what happened here. Alright, so we've been traveling on Route 1, so this is where we are here. We try A13, town of Cannes, up here, and this is where Omaha Beach, this is where all the D-Day happened, so this is where we're going to head. So we're probably about an hour out, so we got all this to go yet. So we're going to hear this museum here. Of course, Omaha Beach is up there. That's a big one. So that's where we are, and we came up here from Paris. So this is the north half of France. All right, we're going to continue on. Thanks for coming on today. Let's go check out the beaches.
Traveling around and come with me.
All right, well, we have made it up to Normandy on the north coast of France. We are at Omaha Beach. We're going to see the beach itself. We'll head to the American Cemetery, and then we'll check out some of the other stuff in the area. Of course, we're going through a little history of this area if you're not familiar with it as we get closer. Yeah, this is a place I've always wanted to visit and finally got a chance, so let's go. Yeah, so this Omaha Beach is the beach where the American Allied touched down here as part of World War II. And they suffered thousands of losses, at least 10,000 estimated. And if you've seen the movie Saving Private Ryan, it does a good job of depicting what exactly went on here. Just unfathomable danger and challenges. So we're gonna head down there, and it's been 80 years since this happened. So there's reason to celebrate the 80th anniversary on June 6th, 1944 is the date that D-Day. Alright, so here is a map of the D-Day invasion here. So there were 5 beaches. You have Utah and Omaha. That was the U.S. infantry. You have the Gold Beach. That was British. Juno Beach was the Canadian division. And the Sword Beach was also the British. So Sword and Gold with the British. Juno was the Canadian. And then, of course, Omaha and Utah was the American. So these are all the activities here. We are right here, and that's the cemetery. We're going to go see that in a second. So here is the American Cemetery. These are all the Americans that gave the ultimate price for the world, actually, to help defeat an evil force there. Yeah, it's estimated over 10,000 Americans lost their lives here at Omaha Beach. It's very, 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 very sombering. Yeah, the cemetery goes on and on behind me, but it's hard to imagine the hell that these people faced, and that would be putting it lightly. The stuff that they went through. It was called Operation Overlord, and there were it was actually delayed a day because the weather wasn't the best. Even the day they did invade, weather still wasn't great, but because the mission was based off the tides and certain phases of some phases of the moon, if they postponed it again, they had to wait another 2 weeks. So they did under less than ideal circumstances. You can see behind me. I mean, it just goes on for. It's very humbling to see what these people went through. Doesn't appear to be way down the beaches today. We can see Omaha Beach down there a little bit. At the very top, you can see the cliffs, which made it so hard to defend. Alright, here's a little map of the western front here. See the Netherlands up there. So there's Normandy. So they would come down here. They came. There's English Channel, so they came by ship, and then the 5 beaches. They attacked the Germans here on the western front, here in the north of France. Because they had bombing missions, so the red arrows are the land missions. They have the bombing missions. And then these moves over Belgium, and then this takes us to Germany. Yeah, there's Germany there. See how you can see how complicated this was. Alright, so it's a good look at the maps of the occupation. So everything in this gray area, this is all that Germany had occupied. So you see only Great Britain up here is left, and then you have Northern Africa. Of course, Switzerland was neutral, and Spain was, but everything in the gray here was occupied. And this was as of June 30th, 1943. So you can see why they needed to do something to halt the invasion. And then this was leading up to, this was after, you can see this, the Allies were able to take back here in the north of France after this landing here at Normandy. You can see that paved the way for them to slowly move the way across. So that's why this was so important, because they needed to get some sort of foothold in the mainland besides just England. So that was as of August 31st. You can see they started taking back Italy. That was as of August 31st, 1944. And then this was as of May 1945. You can see how small it is. Most of Europe is controlled. You have just the middle there with Austria, and then Eastern Germany up there still occupied. So you can see how important this invasion was to kind of regain control of stuff. All right, and this is a map of just what happened here in Normandy. So the ones with the stars, those are ground forces from the U.S., and the ones without the stars, those are British and Canadian attacks. And of course you have the air bombings and then the little ships by sea. So very coordinated attack here. Again, this is a smaller scale. However, this is the theater here in what happened here in Normandy. And then the one I showed before was how important it was, and this is an even micro one of the beaches. So imagine there were 5 beaches. So we're hauling out at Omaha Beach. All right, so the red dots are the naval gunfire targets. Of course, ever played Battleship? You see the ones with the 5 are going to be your battleships. The one with the 4 dots are going to be your cruisers. And these are just different vessels they had out here. Different vessels they had out here in the Atlantic when they attacked Omaha. Then, of course, Utah and Omaha, I said, were the Americans, and then the Gold and the Sword were the British, and Juno was the Canadian. So, gives you a good idea of what this, everything that went into here. 6th of June 1944, the amphibious assault landings.
About the Olympic.
Alright, so we just went through the Business Center Museum. So this mission here at Normandy was called Operation Overlord, which is an awesome name for a military operation. They also had a dummy operation, and that was to confuse the Germans on where the U.S. and the Allied forces were to attack. So they sent out misinformation, miscode signals. Fake army stuff. So that was interesting. I didn't realize there was a fake one, but the beaches are unfortunately closed today. So I won't show you the beaches, which is disappointing, but it was neat seeing the cemetery and hearing some information about the invasion here. So let's all remember these 10,000 or so Americans who passed, and all the people from all the brave men and women from the other countries that helped secure our freedom from awesome force. So we're gonna wrap it up here from Normandy. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you next adventure. you.